I'm so excited to be talking to you guys today. It's been such a long while. I think it's been like almost 2 weeks since I've properly sat down and talked to you guys. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it feels like almost 2 weeks, and I think it was actually almost 2 weeks. Because the last videos that I've posted were more like vlog style videos, and that was fun to branch it out a little, but I feel like I just need to talk to you guys. You guys are like well, I don't know what the right word is, like my emotional support teddy bears. And I just love talking to you guys about everything that is going on. It helps me reflect so much, and I think like one person's reflection can also lead to another person's reflection. So I hope it's like a butterfly effect of just healing and prospering. I told you guys that I was like super in love with this guy that honestly really let me down. It was like the most bizarre situation I have ever experienced. It kind of felt like karmic and like destined to be. It was like this guy that was basically in love with me when we were in high school, and we went out this year, like almost 10 years later, after this so-called I don't know, so I don't know, after he was supposedly in love with me. And he just kept telling me the date the whole time, how he thought I was so amazing and that he was so into me, and a lot of the things that he told me back then. And I truly believed him. I felt so comfortable to just give in and to allow myself to feel all those emotions so deeply, and I loved how much he liked me. And it was like a whole situation that I was like, I honestly felt like, oh, finally, like this is why it's taken so long, it's this guy. And long story short, it was not him. We went out a few times. Everything seemed like it was going good, but it honestly seemed like he had a lot of stuff that he had to work through, and he ended up ghosting me. Which honestly makes me feel a little bit like I was going like cuckoo crazy, because how can someone, I had never gotten like love bombed and ghosted like this. But it honestly made me reflect a lot about my toxic traits, because I feel like I've been super sweet to people on dates and then ghosted them also when I wasn't ready and when I had a lot of stuff that I had to deal with. So like I'm choosing not to take it personally, even though like he was like, you're basically like my dream girl, and then ghosted me. But that's okay. Topics for like another moment. That was honestly interesting. It led me to reflect a lot, to go back to therapy, to really heal wounds that weren't really evident that I still had, and to made me reflect a lot about like my attachment style, and it's made me rethink my sexuality also, and what I desire in an apartment, and a partner. I saw a video yesterday that I thought was so interesting. But the girl was basically saying that like your future partner and the person that you love is already connected to you in spirit, and already basically lives like within you and connected to your soul. For a long while I was like, ugh, like I used to believe so intensely in like twin flames and everything that when like I kind of thought I met my twin flame a few too many times, that I was like, oh my god, this concept is literally gonna like drive me insane. I need to let go of it like immediately. And now I think I'm kind of reconnecting to it, because there's such a beauty in, I think, like destined love, and the thought of finding someone that is truly just right for you. And I think that the person that is truly right for you is the person that chooses you. I think anything can be worked through if both people choose each other and choose the growth and choose the process. I'm learning to really romanticize my process of singleness. I feel like I used to oscillate a lot from like being single is the best thing on earth to like, oh my god, like please, where is my husband? But now I'm realizing that there's such a beauty in connecting with so many different people and discovering the beauty of all of these people, seeing how people make you feel, discovering so much about yourself on this process, that I'm honestly starting to have a lot of fun with this whole thing. And I feel like the funner that it gets and the more that I enjoy it, the quicker that the person is gonna come, the quicker that I'm gonna attract the right person. I don't know, I feel like something is brewing. Also, like at the same time, I don't want to get my hopes up, but I feel it. But I also felt it so many times that I'm like, I'm trying to connect back to the feeling of like trusting my intuition and being like, everything is good. Everything is good. I don't need any of it. but I want it, and I think I'm starting to realize that there's so many versions of love that I want to accept into my life, and there's so many possibilities to experience love. Although I really want like a divine love, like the one, like marriage, a deep connection, I'm starting to realize that there's a beauty in dating. And honestly, like dating culture nowadays is kind of weird, but I truly believe that we attract the energy that we have within us. For example, there's like the concept of anima and animus in psychology. That is basically like one is like feminine energy and the other one is masculine energy. I had a teacher tell me this once that we attract, like if you're looking for like a masculine partner, masculine energy, whether that be in a woman or a man, you attract the energy that you have, like the masculine energy that you have within you externally. So people show up in our realities very much as mirrors. So if you learn to love that energy within you and to cultivate it, for example, like a woman that is having difficulties in career and like an action energy and standing up for herself and showing up for herself, probably will like end up attracting men that, I don't know, the word that came into my mind is like lazy men that like aren't very proactive or productive, that don't want to really do too much to help them or to better their own life. And sometimes you're in the cycle of attracting these kind of men, but you don't realize that you actually embody that energy within you. And going through the process of healing yourself will allow you to attract someone that is more healed. When I was really emotionally unavailable, that wasn't too long ago, I was attracting a lot of emotionally unavailable people. And I couldn't understand it until I just realized that I was attracting exactly what I was. It's insane because I've attracted so many people in this past year. I've been constantly growing and changing. And through every step of that, I've attracted someone that was in the same moment, that had similar dreams, similar aspirations, was going through a similar thing. And it just goes to prove it's truly like we're magnets. And when you have similar energies, you attract the person. That's why I feel like we're so responsible for who we attract and the situations that we're in. And sometimes we have so much judgment to pass on our lovers and our potential partners without realizing that sometimes you hate that characteristic so much within that person because you can't accept that within yourself, and that you're more in control of the outcome than you imagine. A simple process of integrating and healing and understanding yourself would cause you to consequently attract a better partner. Sometimes I feel like we also repeat patterns that we've learned in our families. I've talked about this like a few times with you guys, but it's that thing of like the key and the lock that throughout our family life and like our early days, we kind of developed like a lock that fits a very specific key. And we go out into the world and we look for someone that has a key that will fit our lock. But sometimes our lock isn't the most ideal. For example, you might be someone that has a very judgmental mom or dad that is always putting you down, that is always making you feel like you're not good enough, and you grow up with that pattern in your life. Then you go out into the world and you find someone that reinforces all of those things within you, that treats you in a very similar way than your parents did, and their key fits your lock. Doesn't mean that it's the right thing for you, but it's familiar, and familiarity does bring a lot of comfort. But it's like the illusion of comfort because you know that you can survive that pain. You've already experienced it, but it doesn't mean that it's the place for you to heal. I'm realizing how uncomfortable everything is and how life is truly just an everlasting therapy session for us to heal, understand a little bit more. Another opportunity to heal, understand yourself a little bit more, another opportunity to heal. I'm just truly like connecting to the fact that I've already met the person is already energetically connected to me, and I'm ready for them to show up in my physical reality. The girl that I saw her video yesterday, I'm trying to remember exactly what she said. I'll try to link it for you guys if I remember. But she was basically saying that we have to have like the space and kind of have like the person's spiritual presence, like acknowledge their spiritual presence in our life, so So we live accordingly, kind of like if they're already here, and just feel the energy and connect to them in that way, so that they can so the spiritual reality and the physical reality can mesh. If you're living in a constant state of lack, like, oh, they're not here, they're not here, oh, they're not here, you're entering a vibration of they're not here, and then for them to actually be here, it's there's a disconnect, and kind of a repelling, the opposite side of the magnet. Instead of pulling, oh, they're here, oh my god, and then they're actually here, you're kind of oh, they're trying to come in, oh, they're not here. It's the other side of the magnet, where it's just repelling. And then you keep emphasizing and manifesting, because manifestation is basically what you think comes to life. But positive thoughts have a much bigger impact than the negative thoughts. So if you have just a little bit of a negative thought, a sudden wave of loneliness, but you're no, everything is fine, life is good, I have myself, they're coming. Positivity, attracting them coming. If you're constantly in a state of oh my god, I'm so single, I hate my life, these dating apps are so shitty, I feel so used, I feel so betrayed, I feel so rejected, you're attracting all of that denseness to you, and the world doesn't understand that you don't want it. The world just understands that you're constantly thinking about it, so it sends more of that. I know it's not easy. It's kind of you have to live the thing has already come into your life emotionally and energetically. Be on a constant state of gratitude. I know that it's easier said than done, because this is the only aspect of my life that I don't have locked under control, that I don't constantly think positively about. But I'm starting to shift that, and you guys will accompany the journey to see if when, not to see if, when it manifests into reality. Toxic positivity for the win. I'm just kidding. There's no such thing as toxic positivity. Positivity is the key for everything, and it's the way to get the things that you want. Nobody gets anything by sitting around and moping and feeling sorry for themselves. Sorry to cut this, say the harsh truth to you, but that's the truth. Bad vibes and moping and feeling sorry for yourself and negativity won't get you absolutely anywhere. So let's ditch the lack and focus on just gratitude. Because if you're not exactly where you want to be, the things that you're learning in this phase are to prepare you to be exactly where you want to be. So everything is happening exactly as it should. And I think this is my nudge to myself, but possibly maybe to you guys also, to stop sabotaging our happiness. Stop thinking that the things that we desire are so far away from us, because we're creating the distance. So connect back into that. Everything is already here. All of my dreams have already manifested themselves. My dream partner is on their way to me. My life is filled with love, with possibility, with joy, and with happiness. Everything I desire flows into my life freely, constantly, and abundantly. I love the life that I live. My life is filled with love, joy, and bliss. And look at yourself in the mirror today and just be like, you're a queen, and I love you. You deserve love. Love is coming, and everything is good in the world. I love you, divas. That was just a conglomerate of my thoughts. I hope that you enjoyed that truly, and if you loved it, I hope that you can subscribe and stick around, because it truly would make me so happy and help out my channel so much. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Stay hopeful and never forget that you're worthy of love, and love is on its way.